How about that? What a twist! I'm not gone, I'm back. Damn. Also, thank you for the follow, Zoplay Gaming. Yeah. Da, 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 da. Let's just play a bit and finish stuff up. Dun, dun, da, 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 and singing over the dark void. And hopefully that is not gonna be very boring. But hey, we got a bunch of stuff working. I'm happy, actually. So, yeah, I have to end this, actually. What do we have to do this time? Kills with walled weapons. Oh, don't mind if I do. Health crate, ammo crate, or iris fortification system deployed. Don't mind if I do generally that. Kills with doses SOP ballistic ship. Easy. What's the rest this week? Rounds of breakthrough plate. That's Passion Fleet with a ranger. Ah, okay, I guess. I mean, I do that. What do you advances? Okay.
Allies are securing objective Delta 2. We've lost an objective to the enemy. We need to secure the area sector by sector. Capture the objectives and push the Russians back.
Not the sector where you pull out the dozer chest is what I'm saying. I'm still offended by the weird how we have just some... How there are just some performance problems on this part of the map. I just need to repair my game.
hostile troops assaulting Delta 2. We've spent half our resources by now.
Go number 1. Honestly, I'm kind of happy the P90 is actually in the next game. Okay. I mean, it's kind of a funny gun to the because it doesn't have because it has straight bullets, so they technically have to be greased. And yes, I know someone pointed out there's a polymer they use for that, but come on. Okay, got an answer to that.
Sending a ranger! Position marked! Friendly down, medic!
Be more careful next time.
We've lost Delta 2.
Yeah, I mean, I like the P90. That's just... I mean, that's the thing. I think there's just only one real type of P90 enjoyer in the world, and they are Stargate fans. Like, I've never seen someone who's like, yeah, the P90 is just a gun I vibe with,
Russians have occupied Delta.
and they didn't like Stargate. It doesn't, it doesn't matter which one. Like, you some say it's SG-1, some say it's Atlantis, both are fine. It's just, I see you. God, I started playing this right now. I should not, because I like the P90. Okay, so, yeah, another... Ooh. Yeah, right, penguins. Everyone likes the penguins. Thank you.
Gesundheit.
Ah. Oh yeah. Want to hear something really fucking funny? So, I hope you all remember Payday 2. I like Payday 2. So... There's an interesting thing. See, Payday 3 is kind of a game that is not gonna save itself. Because A, they are not fixing the fundamental gameplay design issues and from that stemming level design issues. It's just like, you have a game that is... it's not on good ground, and then you have just the problem that it adds added on top that... Look what I have. I just suck right now. And you add on top of that this just leads to pretty boring level design, etc. Meaning you now have something that is boring, repetitive, and just like, yeah, it's playable. Yeah, you can have moments of fun. It's just not Payday 2. And there's an interesting thing because now they also start selling heists. And like, let me tell you, people will probably not buy warehouses for €5. They will definitely not buy them for €8. Like, for that you would need to have like genuinely really good gameplay to offer. So there was this thing that they probably will return to Payday 2 at some point, because let's just be real here. They don't really have another chance, have they now? I mean, it will definitely tell them that they don't have integrity, because they, like, I mean, sorry, you just given up on fixing your third game, and I'm sorry, that's the thing. If you say it was fixed and just didn't, it wasn't enough, no, you didn't fix the game. You made some changes approved by people that would probably tell you, yes, this is good anyway, and then left it. I do think this is like, social media is a double-edged sword. On one hand, you can get great game, feedback on stuff that you probably wouldn't think about on one hand. On the other hand, holy shit, you can fall so easily to yes man problems. Or, listen to people that have fucking straw men they scream at.
We are running out of resources.
But hey, so what ingenious thing do they have now? Here's the thing. On one hand, you could say, oh yeah, Payday 2 has a fuck ton of content. You could say, that is a lot. You could say, maybe they will add some more stuff in the future. Hey, I don't know if I will get that. I don't know. I generally like what Payday 2 is. Probably gonna be more fun than whatever Payday 3 has put out. The thing is, imagine you think about, okay, we need to make somehow money again off Payday 2. What is your first thing you want to introduce? That's right, a fucking subscription service. No, seriously. Like, do they think people are stupid? And you have exactly 2 reviews and it's idiots. And apparently it's missing some DLCs. Like, I'm sorry everyone. Listen, if you play Payday 2, okay? You do not look at the long list of shit. You look at it when there is a sale. Because then this gigantic game drops to 20-30 bucks. Like, there are bundles. Let me just go over this really quickly. Because if you think €5 a month, or $4.60 or 19 euros for 6 months is somehow a good deal, I have a bridge to sell you. Because, for example, you can just easily start with something like the Legacy Collection, which is just a lot of the old stuff, which is going to be reduced a lot of times because it's already like at 99, like most stuff is already at 99 cents in that. And there's a lot of weapon packs in it. And it's just being reduced later on anyway. Then the Infamous Collection is everything. Also usually reduced heavily. Like, don't let yourself fool you. Like, generally, who do they think? What the fuck? This is just such a stupid ripoff. I'm amazed. They had every option to come back in some form with Payday 2. And, like, it would probably be okay, Payday 3 is officially dead. We're probably getting more Payday 2 content, so they're probably gonna develop Payday 4 now or something. Which is, again, listen, I still want to have a Payday game that is basically Payday 2 but on a good engine. But it's still so fucking funny that they're dropping a subscription service. It's just like Payday 2 officially went through every single bullshit the video game industry had. Like, I am amazed. Just da-da-da.
Defend your objective.
Yeah. So that was just a thing I needed to get over. Like, yeah, fucking hell. The Payday 2 subscription. I am still amazed this is a thing. Like, I mean, wait, here's the thing.
You need to head back.
I don't hate subscriptions. I do think there are things where subscriptions are not only totally valid, but actually the preferred option. That is MMOs. And I mean, like, classic MMOs. As in, you know, you have a subscription, you get the expansions, and that's it. There's no online, there's no, skin store, there's nothing. It is the game. You pay for the service of a game on the servers being online and evolving all the time. You know, I think it was Asheron's Call. I think Asheron's Call did the whole everything is told through in-game events. The players can participate. That's the kind of stuff I think subscriptions are good for. Because I think, you know, someone managing somewhat of a persistent online world where people interact with each other is, yeah, that's much more sensible than, you know, everything else. Because else you basically split everything, because, you know, you're an MMO. You want everyone in the MMO to be able to play everything of the MMO.
All objectives lost. Withdraw to the next sector. Counter defense there.
But also, like, when someone tells you, hey, you can just pay a subscription to play games. Seriously, no. That's stupid.
Take the ammunition!
Don't. Like, have some integrity. Especially if you want to keep playing a game. Literally go and buy that shit. Like, I'm playing with Agonia, okay? Oh wait, I played a lot of Payday 2 with Agonia. And I like Payday 2. The thing is, I think she's missing a few DLC, and maybe one day when they're like literally just €5, maybe I just get them, and then she has everything. But the thing is, you want to own your stuff? I mean, it's not weird to say, right? You want to own your stuff. Especially when it comes to video game thing. You want to own stuff. And that's why we had Stop Killing Games. That's like... I mean, let's just be real here. The fact that some want to push the subscription, and like, let's be real, they're failing, and it's mostly just Microsoft right now, but also Microsoft is like the worst in the business. Let's just also not kid about that. It's like, okay. I mean, one of the reasons some companies probably salivate at the idea of selling a subscription is because they really do not want you to own games. I mean, they probably never thought about game preservation, but considering there were a few who just fucking recoiled at that, and like, let me help there. I don't think most companies are against that. Like, a lot of times you can actually point to even big companies and with examples, like, I think, for example, Gran Turismo Sport was an always online game that they actually updated to be playable offline, which is good. I mean, that means the Gran Turismo 7 will probably also get that. So while it's active, you know, play it online. And when it's not active anymore, well, here's an update. You can play it. There are a lot of ways how you can, you know, keep games alive. It's just, it wouldn't surprise me if some really looked at subscription and were like, if people don't own their games anymore because they use a fucking subscription, then we do not need to preserve them. Because, like, I mean, when I'm honest here, and I look at Payday 2 especially, some people say, hey, it doesn't have all DLC. Now I think about it. Yeah, because I think 2-3 DLC or so, 2 or 3, like, if you didn't get the, I think the John Wick ones, the licenses are running out, so if you don't own them, oh shit, no more John Wick for you. If you, oh whoops, if you, how's it called?
There's a bunker 60 meters from my position.
The Scarface DLC, also gone. So if you're stupid and you don't buy the stuff, well, you can't use them anymore. So they can just remove shit because it's a subscription. Like, why would you do that? Why? Just dumb.
He's attacking one of our objectives.
I don't know. Maybe I'm not getting a few things, but I don't think we live in a timeline where, in a current situation that subscriptions on video games are working, because I think enough people are like, wait, I do want to own my stuff. Because you always want to own your stuff. Like, the subscription probably just sounds great if you literally add, if you literally just sit down and be like, yeah, I guess, you don't really care about the video game, and it's like, oh, I guess I can get it and just, quickly play it. That's a possibility, I would say, but, not really anything else, I would say, yeah. Hey, I can leave. Whee. Actually, you know what? Fuck it, let's get Dozer. And hello, you big hunking the... You know what? It's still fucking weird. Like, he... You know the backstory of Dozer, and this is, by the way, this game came out in 2021. This character was in 2021. His backstory is he was a decorated Marine that got deported with his family to El Salvador. I don't know, but okay. Okay, Battlefield. What? 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 They should think like, wait. There's probably some highly decorated Marine that got deported to El Salvador. If not two, at this point, because the Trump administration is fucking racist. And ICE is an SS goon squad. I'm sorry, that's just what it is. Whee! Okay, come here. There we go.
They are hitting Charlie 1 hard.
This is so fucking funny. They just, like, imagine this for a second. They're like... Kills 65. Nope. I'm staying with the scanner. I am staying with that scanner. Okay. I like the P90. I mean, again, the thing about PDWs is that it's such a funny thing that they happened. So for everyone who doesn't know, by the way, so the PDW is its own weapon class, but it's actually kind of funny because it never happened. Okay, so there are some weapon classes that happened descriptively. So, basically, we have a lot of fully automatic guns, and at some point we start organizing them into certain categories. Like, for example, it also changes during World War. It's during the Cold War, for example. One of the biggest changes that happened was that a bunch of rifles got recategorized into into battle rifles, being something that uses full power cartridges. What does this mean? So basically, World War II, the Nazis made the Sturmgewehr 44, which was actually, funny enough, branded actually as the MP45, MP44, I think, or MP44 in the beginning, because, you know, they didn't want to, you know, show a new, basically make a new gun. So they were like, oh, we're just working on the new MP. So yeah, you know, avoiding the eyes of the Nazi regime there in terms of, you know, oh, you know, don't make anything experimental now. The thing is, why was this made? Well, as you know, when they showed that their prototype and it was working, you know, everyone was like, wait, this shit is actually like such a big brain idea, because first of all, I mean, but they had just problems with their with their weapon selection, which is basically because the doctrine of the Nazis was they had bolt action rifles, and then someone was basically carrying an MG35 or MG42 with them. I think MG35 was it. So this is how the troops work. So this wasn't really effective. And, you know, every country kind of had their own doctrines. And, well, you know, the thing is, MG42s are big and heavy and you need a lot of ammunition for them. You know, while you need to conserve ammunition because you already don't have a lot. So they thought, okay, what if we scale this down to something, you know, with a more intermediate cartridge? And, you know, it's more mobile and you can aim better. And it's basically fulfilling this intermediate role between MP. It's basically a scaled down LMG. They like that. You know, then the Russians looked at it and they were like, so this is basic, you know, we can use this to scale up our MPs that we used all the time. So that's an interesting thing. The Sturmgewehr happened because, you know, the Nazis wanted to scale down their LMG, and the Russians looked at the same design and were like, hey, we want to scale up our MPs. It's kind of interesting if you think about it. And the Americans looked at this and were like, yo, what if we just use full auto rifles instead of semi-auto rifles? And then, you know, the whole thing happened with NATO because NATO was like, hey, we should settle on a cartridge. And actually, a lot of early rifles, like the EM1 from Britain, etc., also were like, hey, let's use intermediate cartridges. Well, because, you know, the upside of that was it's an intermediate cartridge. It's, you know, more lightweight, you can store more. They are not as heavy. There's a whole logistical reason why intermediate cartridges are just really, really, really good. Thing is, just the USA back then was like, no, we need a full power cartridge, so like a bigger bullet with more stopping power, because else nothing else will do against enemies. And what happened then was everyone basically saying, ah yes, and adopting the FNFAL. So, you know, yeah. And, you know, except the Germans who were like, you know, Germans and the Spanish who were like, hey, look, we have this SetMe/G3, and then the Swedish were like, huh, that's pretty good, actually kind of better, probably a bit better. And so this is how, you know, those two primary weapons with full cartridges happened. The Russians basically also did it. It's like the AK-47 that had a bigger cartridge than what came before. You know, what came after was more like. So, that's that. The thing is just, you probably know what, you probably kind of noticed what happened. We're not using those guns anymore. Because, well, there was the whole thing in America that the military basically was saying, listen, fuckers, because, you know, the Americans didn't get the FAL or the G3, you know, good guns. The Americans got the M14. The M14 sucks. The M14 is a spawn of hell. It's like, you know, if you fire it semi-auto, it's basically just, I mean, I will piss off so many people right now, but it's just an M1 Garand with a magazine. Hell, the South Koreans made M1 Garands with magazines. Even though I know the mechanisms are different. But if you put them into full auto, wow, those things shake. They are heavy. They are fucking insane to use. They're bad. So, then there's the whole thing with the Springfield Armory and the sabotage, because, you know, basically I think the Air Force and Marines are starting to adopt the M16 because they're like, this shit is just better, which it is, you know, because it turns out intermediate cartridges, yes, have less stopping power, but you don't need that much stopping power. Intermediate cartridges kill equally than full power cartridges. Whoops. Meaning, suddenly, people were like, okay, maybe we should probably switch to 5.56. So, you know, the new NATO caliber, this is what they're using right now. I think it's 5.56. Is it? Yeah, 5.56. Yep. Anyway, the thing is,
Our troops are attacking Delta 1.
so the thing is now, assault rifles get reclassified. Everything is an assault rifle with, you know, 5.56. Everything with a higher cartridge is a battle rifle. Wow, pretty easy. PDWs. So basically, okay, Cold War. Everyone buys the MP5 because the MP5 is kind of the best MP in the world. The thing about MPs is, as they say, they are machine pistols, meaning they use a pistol caliber, so 9mm. Pistol calibers are pretty small and pretty lightweight and don't have that much stopping power, which is fine for pistols, and it's still fine for MPs. Then a thing happens. It's called body armor. So suddenly people panic. Because this idea is, wait, what if all those criminals just start using body armor? That would just eliminate everything. So they sit down and basically say, we need a new weapon category. Something that has the compactness of an MP, but is armor penetrating. And turns out no one really joins it. You know, except one company, it's FN, and they make the P90, which is, you know, a designated, you know, its own caliber, and it works and it's really good. And, you know, shortly before the whole competition ends, then Heckler and Koch is like, oh shit, there was this whole competition, and they make the MP7. And aside from that, it's like the only PDWs that ever kind of existed. I mean, and then a few more were made, you know, which are basically just MPs with, like, armor-penetrating calibers, but, like, I think we have like 5 or 6 nowadays, or 10, maybe 10, because turns out no one really got body armor. MPs are still fine. Everyone overreacted. And there's no standard cartridge, so nothing to design around. In general, it would probably be quite interesting if NATO sat down with like, we're making a universe, we're designating a PDW cartridge. I think the funniest bit about that is that it would not be the P90 cartridge, because, again, the thing about bullets is they are not straight. Because when they're straight, there's just a lot of problems with ejecting them. So they're always, bending inwards a bit. This is also why, all the magazines are curved. Always a bit. And the P90 magazine had to be straight by design. That's why they have a kind of a grease over it, because otherwise it just wouldn't work. These enemies suck. I just want to get some scans and... Fuck you. Why are you also spread out? You suck. Die. Oh, there we go. Nice. Oh, that's it. We have it. Woo! Cool. Everyone, we actually finished this stream with finishing up the battle pass. I know. The free one. Riveting! Now I have everything unlocked for Battlefield 6. Damn. I see you. I hope I see some of you on the 10th. It's gonna be a big let's grind some multiplayer, and then also I mean I will start fiddling in that editor, and you will probably see me stream it, so yay. And hey, if you have the game, you can test it with me. How great is that? Let's just see what we unlocked. There we go. So we have a player card. Let's see if there's just something on there. Let's just finish this up. Oh, look, nice. I don't think maybe maybe I'm still gonna look it up next week, because I do think yeah, 7 days. So next week, and looking at the pass. So they probably have like a final week of unlocks. So yeah, we'll see how that works. Everything in Battlefield 6. Ooh. Backgrounds. We had one that is here. Okay, I mean, that's it then. Look, the robot dog is flying. How much they underutilized the robot dog. It would be perfect for payload in some on some maps. You know, some maps it should have been a tank, on some maps it should have been the dog. Just saying. But hey, I mean, I could make a payload mode in the next Battlefield, but I don't need to because it's already a game. Apparently, payload is just a thing that happens. Ooh, I like that. I have two things I want to do, and I think again it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be fun. But yeah, with that, I say goodbye. Hope you had a wonderful evening, and yeah, see you probably again on Wednesday when we're gonna do some, how's it called? It's Outward. That was the name. My brain is lagging. See, this is why I'm not doing Godot that long, because I know my brain starts to lag. Anyway, have a wonderful time, and see you all then. Bye.